Good morning, everyone. I'll give just a little bit of time for a few people to take their seats. One last reminder, please silence your cell phones or put them on Do Not Disturb. On behalf of the Office of the Houston City Controller Chris Hollins, welcome to our Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. My name is Rosie Nguyen, and it is truly my pleasure to serve as your MC this morning. Today, we come together to celebrate the rich history, cultural contributions, and lasting impact of Houston's AAPI community, especially because we know that we're in the top 5 of the United States for having one of the largest AAPI communities in the country. We want to recognize the leaders whose work continues to shape the future of this city. And one of the things that makes Houston so special is the way the culture comes alive through my favorite, the food, of course, but also through art, music, and performance. So today, we are honored to experience that firsthand. Please join me in welcoming Drums of the Pacific for our opening performance, and immediately following that performance, we have Ahmad Tahir, who is the Deputy Director of Operations from the Office of the Controller, who will welcome our City Controller for his remarks. Thank you.
Aloha, everyone. How's everyone doing today? You know, in Hawaii, everyone who says aloha, you must say aloha back nice and loud. So aloha. All right, sounds like a real luau out there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Alicia, and I'm from Drums of the Pacific. And what everybody you just witnessed is the Ote'a from the islands of Tahiti. So in Drums of the Pacific, we do a lot of performances from all different islands of Polynesia. And we definitely would like to thank you all for recognizing our Polynesian families here in Houston. Thank you so much. And if you would like to have any parties at your house or any venues and any celebrations, please visit us at www.drumsofthepacific.com. Mahalo nui loa and aloha.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here today. My name is Imad Tahir, also known informally by Ed, as many of you know me, and I serve as the Deputy Director of Operations here in the Controller's Office. I want to take a moment to say how meaningful it is for me to be here today, not just in my professional role, but also as a member of this community. Growing up and building my life here in Houston, I've seen firsthand how important it is for people to feel seen and heard and represented, especially in the spaces where decisions are made. And that's what makes today so special. The AAPI community has played a pivotal role in shaping this great city's landscape, promoting diversity, and enriching Houston's cultural tapestry. And to be able to help create that space for the AAPI community here at City Hall today is something I'm genuinely proud to be a part of. Because representation isn't just about who's in the room. It's about making sure the room itself is open, welcoming, and reflective of the people that we serve. And that's exactly what this office is committed to. Chris Hollins has served as the Houston City Controller since January 2024 and is the independently elected Chief Financial Officer of the nation's fourth largest city. He oversees a budget of nearly $7 billion and billions in investment and debt, all while prioritizing transparency, accountability, and results for Houston residents. Before becoming controller, he led Harris County's 2020 elections, earning national recognition for expanding access to voting during a historically challenging time. He's a proud Houston native and a graduate of Morehouse College, Yale Law School, and Harvard Business School, and is a dedicated public servant. Controller Hollins and his wife Morgan live in Houston's 3rd Ward with their daughter Vivian and their son George, and attend Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church. Thank you, Controller Hollins, for giving me this opportunity to stand in this role today. It's truly an honor, and I welcome you to the stage.
Ed, thank you so much for that warm introduction, and also thank you for your stellar record of service to the city of Houston. We really appreciate you, brother. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here with you. I mean, it truly is an honor to be here. They're telling me to move this mic a little closer. Just to get us started, to all of our honorees, to our elected officials, our community leaders, our friends, our distinguished guests, welcome, welcome, welcome to your City Hall, and welcome to your Controller's Office celebration of Asian American Pacific Islander History or Heritage Month. Just to recognize some of the elected officials here that are in the room, I would be remiss if I did not recognize my friend and our state representative, Representative Gene Wu. Can you stand up and be recognized, sir? I believe Council Julian Ramirez may have stopped by. Is Councilmember Ramirez here? I don't see. I know we do have representation from the office of Councilmember Twyla Carter. Thank y'all so much for your presence. We have with us the Honorable Yvonne Shao, the Director General of the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office of Houston. A former elected official and longtime community servant, Gordon Kwan. Can you stand and be recognized, brother? And then we also have representatives from the Office of the Consulate for the Republic of Indonesia, State Senator Molly Cook, Harris County Commissioner Leslie Briones, and Harris County Tax Assessor and Collector Annette Ramirez. So thank you all for being here today to honor this wonderful community. We're also honored to be guided through today's program by none other than our incredible Mistress of Ceremony, Ms. Rosie Wynn. Can you stand up? Rosie is the Director of Communications and Projects in Free Expression at Rice University. And so, Rosie, thank you for helping to bring today's celebration to life and just for all that you do. Now, today is meaningful for many reasons. Today is at its heart about honoring people, honoring their stories, their culture, and honoring the contributions that help define who we are as a city. Houston is one of the most diverse cities in the world. You hear that all the time, and I think that we internalize that as a city. And that diversity did not happen by accident. It was built generation by generation. It was built by people who came here with vision, with resilience, with humility, with hope, and with a belief in what this city could be. And the AAPI community in Houston is a vital part of that story. From business to education to healthcare to public service, the AAPI community has helped shape Houston into the global, dynamic city that it is today. But this is about more than just that recognition. It's about understanding that history must be preserved, it must be shared, and it must be honored in real and tangible ways. Because when we take the time to recognize the contributions of every community, then we're truly building a city where everyone can see themselves in our collective future. Now, to talk about honoring history, to talk about diversity, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the reality of the moment that we're living in today. Across this country, we've seen rising challenges around diversity, around identity, around belonging, around inclusion. Those words come off as bad words in some halls across this nation. We have a state government right here in Texas that is actively taking away the property rights of Houstonians of Chinese descent. We have a state of Texas that is actively discriminating against Muslim schools and religious observations. We have a state of Texas that's demanding that city police become complicit in unconstitutional detention of immigrants. And we have a mayor that's too afraid to stand up for Houstonians. In moments like this, it becomes all the more important that we are intentional about what we're celebrating and that we're intentional about what we uplift. Because celebrating heritage is not just about looking back. It's about making a statement about who we are right now. And it's about making a statement about who we're going to continue to aspire to be. Now, in my role as controller, I talk a lot about finances. I talk a lot about budgets and numbers, financial accountability, and that's very, very important. But public service is more than just numbers. Because behind those numbers, when you're talking about serving a city of 2.4 million people, behind those numbers are families. Behind those numbers are neighborhoods. Behind those numbers are individuals whose livelihood depends on the critical services that we provide every single day. And so this is about people. It's about opportunity. It's about making sure that every Houstonian, no matter their background, has a place in this future that we're building together. And that's why today's honorees matter so much. They represent leadership across industries, across communities, across generations. More importantly, they represent what it looks like to use success to uplift others, to open doors, to create opportunity, to give back, to lead with purpose. And that's what makes Houston special. We see it across this community. We see it in every corner. We see it in our small businesses. We see it in our classrooms. It's the way that cultures come together in this melting pot to create something that's uniquely what we call Houston. And so as we celebrate today, we're reminded of something that's simple, but also powerful. We are the architects of history. By leading, by serving, and by the example that we choose to set, We are laying the foundation for the future that we will inherit, and of course, that our children will inherit for generations to come. And so because of the contributions from across the AAPI diaspora, because of the leaders that we honor today, Houston continues to be a place where people can build, where they can contribute, and where they can thrive. And so again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for helping us to build a city that reflects and uplifts every community within it. And I look forward to the remainder of the celebration. God bless you.
Thank you so much for your remarks, Controller, and thank you so much for holding this event. I am really proud to be a Houstonian. I'm actually not from Houston. I was only supposed to be here for 3 years, and my husband and I are going on year 5 and counting. The reason why when I come to events like this, and it means so much to me, is because I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, where there was not a lot of representations of the AAPI community. And so typically when you move to a new city and you start all over, a lot of people say they get culture shock. But when I moved to Houston, I felt culture relief. And to see so many figures who continue to trailblaze in so many different industries, that really matters, because Houston wouldn't be Houston without all these unique communities contributing to it, including the AAPI community. So very proud to be here, very proud to be a Houstonian. Next up, we're pleased to present a tabla drum performance by Bobby Jute Lee. Tabla are small hand drums, often used in Indian classical music performances. Please join me in welcoming Bobby as he plays a short recital to express the rich range of sounds and rhythmic versatility of this instrument. Thank you so much, Bobby, for that performance. Moving on to the next part of our program. Each of today's honorees represents excellence, leadership, and a deep commitment to service. They remind us that impact is not just about achievement, but about how we lift others along the way. So now moving into the special part of today's program, beginning with our first three honorees who are outstanding individuals who are helping shape Houston's AAPI community. May I please call to the stage Aubrey Hooper, who is the Chief of Staff, along with Controller Chris Hollins, to present our first set of awards. And please just give us a little bit of time to transition to the awards ceremony.
Good morning. Thanks, Rosie. My name is Aubrey Christopher Hooper, the Chief of Staff and Chief Administrative Officer here in the City Controller's Office. Before we actually get to the honorees, we're going to acknowledge some of our performers because some of them have to go, and then we'll get into the honorees. So I want to bring up the drums of the Pacific. Okay. And Bobby, are you still with us? Oh, there we go. On behalf of City Controller Chris Hollins and the City of Houston, it is my honor to recognize three extraordinary individuals whose leadership, service, and impact continue to inspire communities here in Houston and beyond. First, we honor Ice Venkatich with the Community Visionary Award. Ice represents the very best of visionary leadership. At a young age, she saw educational disparities impacting underprivileged girls around the world and chose to act. While what began as a simple lemonade stand became Lemonade with Ice, a growing movement dedicated to empowering girls through education and opportunity. Her passion, initiative, and determination reminds us all that leadership is not defined by age, but by purpose and the courage to create change. Despite being a high school student, ICE has demonstrated the kind of discipline, compassion, and commitment that many spend a lifetime striving to achieve. Through fundraising, advocacy, and community engagement, she helps to bring hope and opportunity to young girls who deserve access to education and a brighter future. Her work is proof that one idea fueled by purpose and heart can truly change lives. Please join me in presenting this Community Visionary Award to ICE.
Thank you so much to everyone for being here to acknowledge this amazing celebration. And thank you so much to the City of Houston for hosting such an amazing event to honor Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders of Houston, Texas. In honor of this award, I would like to thank a few people. First off, thank you to my entire team behind me who work day and night to make this mission possible, who support me through every low and high of Lemonade with Ice. And also thank you to Mom and Dad. I love you guys so much, and thank you truly for standing behind me in everything I do and supporting a small idea like a lemonade stand, which has now impacted over 250 young girls around the world. Thank you.
I shared this with Ice already, but I'll say it again in front of the audience. She started this nonprofit at age 7. And I have a 9-year-old daughter who has yet to start her nonprofit. But you are truly an inspiration, the young woman who you already are and who you're becoming. All of us who are raising young children can see a bright light in you and the impact that you're having. And so we're thrilled to honor you today. And, to Mom and Dad, oh my God, I mean, y'all are incredible, but also to the folks at the Village School who are continuing to invest in this young woman and empower her. Thank y'all, and thank you for everything you're doing for our young people. So thank you, Ice.
Next, we recognize Omar Khawaja with the Community Advocate Award. Omar has built a career rooted in justice, compassion, and advocacy for individuals and families navigating some of life's most difficult moments. From his work as an assistant district attorney to founding a law office dedicated to fighting for the injured victims and grieving families, he has consistently used his profession to uplift and protect others. His commitment to justice was especially evident as being a part of the legal team representing families who lost their lives in the Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 tragedy involving Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. Beyond the courtroom, Omar continues to embody service, courage, and an unwavering commitment to the community. What makes Omar especially impactful is his ability to combine legal excellence with genuine humility. He has demonstrated himself to become and be a trusted advocate for people seeking accountability, dignity, and justice during some of life's most painful moments in their lives. His willingness to stand beside families and fight for what is right reflects the highest idea of public service and community leadership. And for this, we honor, as our community advocate, Omar Khawaja.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. And most importantly, thank you to Controller Chris Hollins and his incredible team. I wasn't expecting to receive an honor like this for something that I feel like is just something that we do in terms of advocacy and supporting the community. Houston is the greatest city in the world. I was born and raised in the city. And the reason it is great is because of its diversity. And it's such a great way to celebrate this diversity, particularly in AAPI month, Heritage Month. So I wanted to, again, thank the city, thank the team over here, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
For next year's awards, we're going to have to make sure we tell the honorees that nobody's suit can be that much better than mine. Omar, particularly in this moment, I discussed earlier some of the challenges that we're seeing. truly, attacks on democracy that are taking place in this country right now. What so many fail to realize is it's the rule of law that helps to maintain and protect our freedoms. And so as we continue that fight, every elected official in this country knows that it's the voice of the people that matters, but that's ultimately upheld when we protect the law, when we protect the Constitution. And so the work that you do as an advocate, that you've done back in your days as a prosecutor, today in your days protecting those who are in need the most, is truly something to admire and look up to. Some of you may know that I was a practicing attorney before stepping full-time into public service. And so you always, the practice of law is truly a practice. You have to learn it, and you look up to role models. And Omar is certainly a role model in this community for young and aspiring attorneys. And so we'll continue to highlight folks like you who are leading the way, carrying the torch. And so thank you for all you do every day, brother.
Finally, we honor Mo Amir with the Community Trailblazer Award. Mo's story is one of resilience, authenticity, and perseverance. After arriving in the United States as a refugee, Houston became a city where he found his voice, sharpened his talent, and built a platform that reaches audiences around the world. Through comedy, television, and storytelling, especially through his acclaimed Netflix series Mo, he brought humanity and understanding to the experiences that so many times are misunderstood or overlooked. Mo represents Houston with pride, humor, and excellence, and his willingness to lead with honesty and heart has opened doors for countless others. Beyond the stage and screen, Mo uses his voice to foster empathy, build culture, and elevate stories that reflect experiences of immigrants and refugee communities everywhere. His success has not changed his authenticity or connection to Houston. He continues to demonstrate how storytelling and laughter can bring people together across every background and perspective. Today, we honor Mo with our Community Trailblazer Award, and unfortunately, he couldn't be with us today, but he provided us with a video that we will play, and then I'm going back to my days on the school board. The controller will also share with you about an event that we'll be hosting with Mo later on this month.
What's up, H-Town? I'm really bummed out that I cannot be there today, but extremely honored to receive this award and to join the other honorees whom I have admired and look up to. Houston is everything to me. It's a city that accepted me when I came here as a 9-year-old kid that fled war. It's a city that I saw stand up at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo when I was 10 years old, the moment that I decided I was going to be a comedian. And when I started professional stand-up at 17 years of age, I knew immediately my goal was to bring a television show, a series, a narrative sitcom to Houston, which I cannot believe that it's never had one before this. I mean, Reba, but they filmed that in LA. All right. I was trying to bring something that was true to Houston, that I love, that I grew up in, that make Houston a character within the series as itself. And I truly believe we have succeeded at that. And I look forward to bringing other projects and other films to Houston. This means so much to me, This means so much to me. So I'm very grateful. And I got another, I'm not gonna say what it is, but something major. We're gonna be filming here in Houston. So I hope to see you all, and I hope you're all in good health and your family as well. Let's go H-Town.
Mo's story is uniquely Houston. As some of you may or may not know, 1 out of every 4 Houstonians was born outside of this country. And so Mo coming here from a war-torn homeland as a child and being raised in this city and now owning his path in the city of Houston is truly remarkable. On May 26th, just a couple of weeks away, right here in this room at 10 a.m., we're going to have a conversation with Mo. Tonight, he has a show in Los Angeles, so can't get away with the money. But he'll be here on May 26th, and we'll have a fireside chat talking about the Houston that raised him and the Houston that we're building together. So please, mark your calendars. Each of you should have a flyer in your hands to come back and hear directly from Mo. And obviously I expect some humor, but if you know anything about him, there's going to be some wisdom, some vision, and some light in that conversation as well. So we look forward to it. Thank y'all.
Today's honorees each represented something powerful: the courage to break barriers, the compassion to advocate for others, and the vision to build for a brighter and better future. So please join me in congratulating Ice, Omar, and Mo for their extraordinary contributions and for being shining examples of leadership, service, and community impact.
Wow, what a great group of awardees, and that's only half of them. My favorite part about these ceremonies is hearing the stories. How did they start? What did they deal with? And where are they now? And how are they using their blessings to give back to others? So thank you so much. The honorees don't do this for the awards, but the reason why these awards are significant is because it shows these people who continue to make contributions to our community that we see you and we appreciate the work that you're doing. Next up in the program is something I'm really excited about. We have a very loud and proud performance for y'all. I did not know they were performing today until I got the script a few days ago. The reason why this group is very special to me is because they performed at my wedding 2 months ago. So I'm a little biased. I think they're awesome. What's very unique about Houston is we have more than a dozen lion dance group. And remember earlier when I was telling y'all that I grew up in Utah, we only have one lion dance group in Utah. So they perform at every wedding, every lunar celebration. We're very spoiled. We have dozens of them, and this is one of the best. So I'm very pleased to introduce you to USA Soaring Phoenix. In Vietnamese, it's Con Rong Chau Tien Dragon and Lion Dance Association. They were established in September 2008, and they are dedicated to raising cultural awareness and generating funds for impoverished communities worldwide through the traditional Chinese art of lion dance and dragon dancing. Please put your hands together for Soaring Phoenix and Dragon Lion Dance Association.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Benjamin Doe. I am a representative of the Soaring Phoenix Dragon and Lion Dance Association. And on behalf of the team, we want to sincerely thank the City of Houston Controller's Office for inviting us to perform, as well as showcase one of the many cultural representations that the greater Houston area has to offer. Soaring Phoenix is dedicated to preserving and sharing the traditions of Dragon and Lion Dance through performance, education, mentorship, as well as community outreach. As a nonprofit, every year, through the support of our community and performances such as this, we organize an annual trip to Vietnam where we provide assistance to struggling families, students, and elderlies in undeserved communities. From school supplies and scholarships to food and essential necessities, our goal is to make a meaningful impact both locally as well as internationally. As I stand here today, I see a lot of familiar faces that we have had the honor to perform for. We have had the privilege to perform for Representative Gene Wu at his private residence during the Lunar New Year, as well as she mentioned, Rosie's wedding earlier this year. So we would also like to thank you both for your support and then always being here with us. It's truly an honor to be here with all of you this morning as we celebrate AAPI Heritage Month together. And we hope our performance brings both excitement, positivity, good fortune, and to everyone here. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
Good morning, good morning. How are we doing? My name is Raven Hollins. I am the Director of Programs for the City of Houston Controller's Office, and I have the pleasure of presenting our last 3 awards of the day. But before that, I want to bring USA Soaring Phoenix back up to accept a certificate from the office. Oh. All right, so our first awardee is Dr. Beverly Jean Kwang Gore. Dr. Gore's story is quintessentially Houston. She was born and raised in the Magnolia Park neighborhood on the East End. Her paternal grandfather immigrated from China to Mexico before eventually making his way to Texas, and her parents moved to Houston from San Antonio after being denied the purchase of a home there because they were Chinese. Houston welcomed them, and Beverly was the first in her family born here. Growing up in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, she was raised on Chinese home cooking, chopsticks at every meal, and a Lunar New Year celebration at Chinese Baptist Church, while speaking more Spanish than Chinese because of the community around her. As she puts it, hablo más español que chino. I speak more Spanish than Chinese. That's Houston. Dr. Gore earned her bachelor's from the University of Houston, her master's from Texas Women's University, and her PhD from a joint program at the University of Houston and Baylor College of Medicine. Her career in public health nutrition spans decades. From WIC clinics serving pregnant mothers to pioneering research on cardiovascular disease in the Chinese American community at MD Anderson. And then there's the Hope Clinic. Dr. Gore co-founded the Asian American Health Coalition, which carried the vision for what would become Hope Clinic, a federally qualified health center now serving over 20,000 patients a year in more than 30 languages. In the heart of Houston's Chinatown. What started as a 4-hour-a-month volunteer operation is now a full-time institution meeting the needs of our most underserved communities. Dr. Gore's legacy matches the depth of her story. Congratulations to the Gore family for this well-deserved Community Trailblazer Award.
Thanks. Thanks, Chris. I just wanted to thank you, Controller Hollins, for coordinating this meaningful event. I congratulate all of the other honorees, too. I want to also thank Tony Castañeda, whom I met through former Harris County Health Director, Dr. Umair Shah, for acknowledging me. I believe that no one accomplishes great things alone, so I want to introduce my special guest. First of all, my husband, Edmund Gore, then my brother, former city council member that many of you know, Mr. Gordon Kwan, my sister and brother-in-law, Wanda and Jean Choi, special friends, Dr. Karen Calabro, Ms. Rogine G. Calvert, and May and Sydney Ng. Thank you. These individuals have supported me through many trials, and especially a latest challenge with a cancer diagnosis. I am proud to be a co-founder of the Asian American Health Coalition and the Hope Clinic. Ms. Rogine is also a co-founder, but the greatest partner has been God, who led us to establish a clinic which now operates in 5 locations, providing services, as Raven said, in over 30 different languages. I also want to recognize Dr. Andrea Karakostas, who's the executive director of the Hope Clinic, who has expanded the small clinic we operated out of a closet in donated space of the Chinese Community Center into a multi-million-dollar enterprise, not only providing healthcare services, but employment for hundreds of individuals. As we celebrate AAPI Heritage Month, I'm proud to be an Asian American, but even prouder to be an American and to have the freedom and opportunity to celebrate our diversity and contributions to the community. Thank you so much for this recognition. Thank you.
It's not lost on me that every single one of our honorees today brought their family with them. You know, when you think about the Asian American Pacific Islander cultures, family is so central. And Dr. Gore, your family in Houston just has its own amazing heritage and story. But when you think about what your grandparents and great-grandparents went through, they could not have imagined the type of impact that their descendants would have. And that's what makes us uniquely America, that opportunity is available, that if we work hard enough, that if we have enough support, that if we persevere, we can touch so many lives. And again, we can go beyond our wildest dreams. And so thank you for embodying that principle. And again, the principle of looking back and helping others to do the same thing. Thank you so much.
Messing with my mic all tall and stuff. All right, next up is Dr. Jody Lee. I first met Dr. Lee at our Huddle Up for Hunger Thanksgiving giveaway last year. Southwestern National Bank, which I believe is well represented here as well, had sponsored the turkeys for the event. And I'd heard from our city treasurer mention Jody in passing, always positively, always as someone who just gets things done. When the Southwestern crew arrived, they rolled deep. I did not know who Jody was yet. I welcomed them all equally, walked their group to a table, explained what needed to happen, and said, thank you with my mouth and good luck with my eyes. When I came back, they had built an entire system better than anything I could have come up with. And in the middle of all that was Jody, looking more like a commander than a chairwoman. That's who Jody is. She is the chairwoman of the Southwestern National Bank, a $1.2 billion community bank headquartered right here in Houston's Gulfton area, and one of only 5 OCC-supervised minority depository institutions in the city. She earned her bachelor's from Rice University, go Owls, her medical degree from UT Houston, and her MBA from George Washington University. She is a practicing radiologist, a commercial real estate developer, the president of the Entrepreneurs Organization Houston chapter, and a mentor to students at Rice, UH, and UH Downtown. She serves on boards ranging from the Independent Bankers Association of Texas to the OCC's Minority Depository Institutions Advisory Committee. But what I celebrate most is that Saturday morning in Third Ward, watching someone lead without ever needing to say so. She never announced herself, she just got to work. And that's a community hero in every sense of the word. Congratulations, Jody.
Thank you, everyone. I am honored to be here and grateful to be recognized. I want to thank my family, my dad, C.K. Lee here, my husband, Dr. Thomas Williamson, my sweetheart. I'm one of the lucky ones who married my best friend. And my kids are also here. I especially want to thank Southwestern National Bank. It never occurred to me when I went to medical school, 30 years ago, that I would end up being a banker. But 6 years ago, that happened. And I found myself leading a group of community-minded people who do exactly what we all do, which is get to work. We actually don't celebrate ourselves all that much. We just go and we see a problem and go and solve it. And this is what we do. This is the Asian American community and culture that I know and that I grew up with, and I'm sure all of us recognize here. I'm proud to be an Asian American. I'm prouder to be a Houstonian. My family moved to Houston when I think I was maybe 12, and we call Houston our home. And our bank, from the annual scholarships to the turkey basket building that we do every year, to the backpacks and school supplies that we donate every year, to the nursing home visits that we do every year, led by Ling Chuang, our bank's kind of central switching station. We all have those in our communities. And I'm just proud to be here. And thank you for everything that you do. And let's get to work.
What strikes me about Jody is her humility. You might have thought there was like a typo in Raven's remarks when she said she was a practicing radiologist and a real estate developer and the chairperson of a bank and the leader of the entrepreneur group of Houston. It's like, how is this all possible, while being a mom? And seriously, I was complaining upstairs about how I got a dog and I can't handle it. This is what Jody's doing. But what's also striking is, Jody and I see each other a lot in boardrooms, but I see even more of her out in the community. We bump into each other, giving mooncakes to seniors, and as she mentioned, helping people get through the Thanksgiving holiday with dignity, and so many other things, and not asking for any recognition, not asking for, branding of the bank up on any poster, but just touching lives one by one. And so thank you for all that you do.
So if anyone knows me, this is not typically where I am at these events. I tend to be in the back, making sure the run of show and everything is happening on time, just kind of the operations of it all. But this next honoree, I literally would not allow anyone else to speak to her name here. And so we're gonna do our best to get through this. Sonal Shah grew up here in Houston. She earned her degrees in economics from the University of Chicago and Duke. I will note that when I told her I was going back to school for my MBA at Rice, she said, and I quote, "Oh yeah, you'll breeze through that." Spoken like a real person with 2 economics degrees. I think about that quote every Saturday morning at 7:30 when I'm headed to class. But she's led Goldman Sachs Environmental Strategy. She led Google's Global Technology and Impact Investment Initiatives. She ran the White House Office of Social Innovation under President Obama. She founded the Asian American Foundation right here in Houston. She founded Georgetown's Beek Center for Social Impact. She led United Way worldwide as interim executive vice president. She has served as CEO of the Texas Tribune, and she is currently the board chair of Consumer Reports. Not bad. Sonal and I met in 2019 on the Pete Buttigieg presidential primary campaign. I was a plucky, bright-eyed organizer raising grassroots dollars. She was the proven Obama administration veteran whose signing on made everyone say, "Oh, we're on a real campaign now. Cool." As I found success on that campaign, I also experienced a bit of a coming-of-age story as my righteousness of the cause met the weight of national politics. And deep down, maybe I was missing a little bit of home. We bonded on both being Texas girls, and she took me under her wing, helping me take the first steps of cultivating my raw righteousness into strategic vision. Remind me that good policy only works if we win. She still reminds me of that today. Our bond has evolved since, from a mentor helping me find my way through the pandemic shutdown to a friend I can call who answers even when she's on the other side of the world and it's a ridiculous hour. Recently at dinner, she said something she said many times before, that impact always starts at the most local level, person to person. But she added a new twist that feels fitting to share today. She said, we can never really measure our impact on the world because every individual we touch positively causes ripple effects, potentially in the hundreds and thousands of people over that one person's lifetime. When you put Sonal's bio in that framework, you realize she has made an incredible and infinite impact on the city, the state, our country, and the world. As one of those little ripples, I am beyond honored to present the Community Champion Award to the Sonal Shah.
First of all, what an honor to be here with all of you. None of these awards are in themselves enough to talk about the community itself. We don't come here without the community, and I don't exist without my community, and Houston is my community. No matter where I've lived in the world, no matter where I've lived in the United States, Houston is always home. And it is beyond an honor to be here with everyone else that has received these awards, because it is all together that we actually have an impact in the world. One person can do one thing, but one person in community with everybody else can do a lot more. So that is what Houston has taught me. It is certainly what my family has taught me. I'm excited that my brother is here. We started a nonprofit 2001, so 25 years ago. That was really a service organization. And with my uncle, who's also here, who has been doing community service ever since we've grown up together. So there's no one better to be here with than family, but frankly to each of you who are also a family. And I want to say the AAPI community has been my family in Houston, but no matter where I go. It is the community that when I first joined the Clinton administration that embraced me. All the Asian Americans within the community that worked for the administration called me and said, here, how can I help you? It is the community that whenever we've needed something shows up and comes up. Too often we're an overlooked community, but we're there on the ground, as you hear about Jody, just doing the work. We're always there doing everything that we need to do because we believe not just in our communities, but we believe in our city, we believe in our state, and we believe in our country. So it is beyond an honor for me to be here with all of you, to see community members that I've known forever to be here, and I can't imagine doing any of this without the community around me. And I want to just say, Chris, a special thank you to Raven Hollins. Raven is an incredible leader, and you have a gem in her. Thank you.
Yet another Renaissance woman. It's just like, again, how are all these bullet points on the resume achievable in one lifetime? I'll never quite understand it, but when I hear you talk about stuff back to the Clinton administration and I look at you, I'm like, can you just share your like moisturizing regimen with us or something? Because it's inconceivable. But Sonal, we have a relationship going back again, trying to drive positive change to this community. And she's always, she's a phone call away for everybody. And not just because she's so accessible, but the reason they're calling her in the first place is because, she has the answer. She has the perspective. And on top of that, you share the values that you just, described in your remarks. And so thank you for all that you do. I know that the best is yet to come, that you have a long road ahead. And so thank you for everything that you're going to do. It's an honor to honor you today.
Wow.
What an incredible group of honorees today. I thought I had achieved a good amount of things in my life up until this point, but y'all inspire me that I need to do more. What I've realized from listening to all of the stories of our honorees today is that y'all don't work towards goals. Y'all work towards needs of our community, which are endless. Y'all look at a problem, you find a solution for it, you find a solution to help specific groups, and then you move on to the next problem. And that really speaks to your character and your personality and your passion. So thank you so much for continuing to do what you do to better the lives of Houstonians. Your work continues to strengthen the city in meaningful and lasting ways. And as we begin to close today's program, I want to thank each of you for being here for this celebration. As the honorees have talked about, what they do isn't possible without their tribe, without their community. Houston is a city defined by its diversity and strengthened by the communities that shape it every single day. And AAPI Heritage Month is not just a time for us to reflect, but a time to recognize the ongoing contributions that continue to move our city forward. Thank you for having me here today to be your MC. And for the final time, I would like to welcome back City Controller Chris Hollins to the stage for his closing remarks.
Can we give Rosie Wynn another round of applause? While I stepped off over there, I just went and started a nonprofit so I can kind of catch up with y'all, on this impact journey. Before we close out, I want to recognize a couple of other officials who might have stepped in and out. We have Fort Bend School Board Trustee Afshi Charania. Are you still in the room? Hey, Afshi. Our Harris County Attorney, Jonathan Fombon, dropped in. And I always have to do this. My parents are here. My aunt and uncle are here. Y'all got to stand up. Y'all got good moisturizing regimens, too. Politicians always run around and tell folks, I wouldn't be here without you. But I can look at my parents and say, I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you very much. To all of you who joined us today, to our honorees, to our performers, our speakers, and everyone who made this celebration possible today, thank you so, so much. Can we give the team at the Houston City Controller's Office a round of applause? Ed, Raven, Aubrey, Aaron, the communications team, all the unsung heroes and volunteers, y'all made today possible. And can we give one more round of applause to our performers that made today special? To our honorees, again, today was about honoring history, but it's also about recognizing the responsibility that we carry forward. Because the same values that we celebrated today, resilience, service, community, family, those are the values that have to guide us through the decisions that we make for Houston's future. And that future does not just happen here at City Hall. It happens in our neighborhoods. It happens in conversations with residents. It happens when people have a real seat at the table and when people feel both the responsibility and are able to summon the courage to act. Part of that is why over the next few weeks, our controller's office is hosting a series of town halls across Houston. In addition to the Mo Amer flyer, you should have a QR available to you so you can look at those locations for the various town halls. But this is about creating a space for honest conversations about the challenges that Houston's facing, including the realities of what's in our city's budget, what it means for you, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Because the future of Houston should never be decided behind closed doors. It should be shaped by the people who call the city home. So I invite you, stay engaged, stay involved, and join us in these conversations, because when we bring people together, when we listen to each other, that's when we build real solutions. Our strength as a city has always been our people, our willingness to come together and move forward together. And if we carry that spirit with us, there's no limitation to what we can achieve as a city. And so as we conclude today, don't leave here without making a new friend. And we wouldn't be operating in the true spirit of the AAPI community if we didn't have some food to enjoy as we fellowship. And so we have some refreshments here from My Kolache. Please grab a bite, say hello to a stranger, and ask them what history they're writing in Houston. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for helping us to build the Houston that we all deserve. Thank you all so much. God bless you.